Hi guys, welcome to my videos. So guys, there has been some changes in the process of requesting a written authorization from IRCC in order to travel to Canada, and that is why I am making this video. So make sure you watch it full and you can refer the details yourself. I am going to include the link in the description. So earlier when you try to request a written authorization from IRCC, the process was like they had released a list of attachments and the pieces of information that you need to include and send an email to the email account. But now it has been changed. So watch it very carefully. So let's say like they have given 4 circumstances here. If you have a valid visa or application is processed, if you need a visa and you haven't applied it, if you have an ETA or need one to travel, if you don't need a visitor visa or ETA, for example US citizen. So let's open the first one. If you have a valid visitor visa or an application in process. So let's click here. If you are an immediate family of a current citizen PR under and you already have visa, you don't need authorization. Okay, let's forget that. Let's say you are an immediate family member of a temporary resident. So how you are gonna do it? You need to, and you say you need to contact them so that they can prioritize your application. Contact us through the web form to tell us you are exempt from the travel restrictions. Read the instructions below to make sure your request is complete. And the processing time they have given 14 business days, but earlier when this was email based, it was like there are many cases where it took more than this. So how to fill the web form? This is like this. Choose submit a travel exemption inquiry from the drop down menu and click continue to form. Let me see if I can open it in a new tab because that will be easier. Okay, I managed to. So first I need to select submit a travel exemption inquiry and then continue to form. So this is the form that link takes me. What do you want to do? Submit a travel exemption inquiry, continue to form. Perfect. In the personal information of the person who wants to travel to Canada, see below information of what to enter in each field. Okay. And it's important that you only submit one web form request with all required information and supporting documents. If you send us multiple requests or different or missing information, request will be delayed or may be refused. Yeah. So make sure you don't do this. Now let's go through the form. And what are the things? The email address. We will use the email address. You will contact us. We can respond only to your email address. If you want us to respond to an email address other than your, you must provide this. Okay. So use of representative. If you're a representative and you applied on behalf of someone, we'll use the email address you provide in that application. Okay. Alright, so I have given some sample entries in the form and we'll submit more together. So this is about the person who is seeking the exemption to travel. Let's say an immediate family member whose name is John Smith is trying to submit the form. So name John, last name Smith, and if you don't have a first name, just click this. Email address, I just wrote one sample. Date of birth, year, let me just give it a sample. Sorry about that. UCI, so if you have ever applied before, you have a UCI, but it's not mandatory. So if this is the first time, but wait, UCI, so it says that your application is in progress or if you already have a visitor visa. So in both the cases you get a UCI number, 8 or 10 digits, so that you can fill. Although they have not made this field mandatory like we see in various applications. You can I mean same thing they have done here, but I always recommend like you do. If you are like yet to apply, then you click this. Like if you have not yet applied, but if you already have applied or if you have been granted, then you have your application number. So I'm just going to include a sample number. 7 to 10 characters. and possible starting with SV and EP. Okay, let me see if I accept it. What did you apply for? So I have various options, so I think it should be temporary residence, but let's verify with that first page. See, I was correct because it's a visitor visa, so temporary residence and then temporary resident visa. Okay, it is here. I selected temporary resident. Tell us about your situation. Okay, let's see what. Now earlier in your email you used to include the same pieces of information, like your the detailed reason, how you made the exemption, your passport number, the dates you plan to travel, where you live now, current country of residence. If you have already booked your travel, provide these details. Okay, so now the same thing you need to write here in that field. And remember guys, it has got a limitation of 1500. While in email people can write stories, although I'm not good in writing stories. So but here you need to write within 1500 letters. I'm just going to include some sample, but in your case do it properly. Okay, please don't mind this. Now upload file that support your situation. The maximum file size for each file is 3 meg. If file is bigger than 3 MB, you need to reduce the size of the file. If you upload more than one file, the total maximum size is 5 MB. Okay, so this limitation was there in the email process as well. Now they are also asking for, they are also telling the same over here. Okay, so here in the first page they have written upload files that support your situation. So for that, step 2, and do not include personal photos. Okay, yeah, I don't mind sending my photos. What evidence to submit? Okay, this as per your case. Let's say if you're applying as an immediate family member of temporary resident, point 3. Along with your visitor visa application, include relationship with an immediate family member in Canada, immediate family member status in Canada. Okay, and similarly for other situations it is like this. Alright, and after you are done, you need to check this. And I have not uploaded a file. Why not upload a sample and check? Yeah, so I selected a file and it came as fake path. Okay, and I have upload link. Okay, and I can delete also. Alright, now I can review your request, and here comes the final section, submit your request. Of course I'm not gonna submit it, but this is how the process is. So wait for a decision on your application. We will contact you either through your IRC secure account or by email for one of the following reasons: approved, refused, and for more information. It varies case by case, and if it is approved, they will tell you the next steps in the process. If you originally applied for a visitor visa by paper, but very few people do that, you can link that application. Okay, and they have also given the steps. What are the things you need to bring if you are approved, and mandatory quarantine and testing requirements. Alright guys, so I hope this video is gonna help you. I have gone in details, so thanks for watching guys.